Alright, this is me just test playing a quick game of League of Legends here, and just sitting here waiting for the queue to pop up. It should come up any second now. But I'm gonna go with another Diana right here, and I pick Diana and I tell my team that I'm gonna solo top, but lo and behold, we have basically a pre-made for bot, which is going to be a Caitlyn and a Sona, which typically isn't that bad. It's just when I see how they play, it's kind of like, what? And then, right here is when they get into like a pissing contest about like, oh, like Darius wants to go bot, but they say, yeah, we're a pre-made bot, so you go top. I'm like, okay, hold up. If you're a pre-made bot, and then you got Sujani and a fucking Darius, and then me, who's a Diana, I'm sitting here thinking like to myself, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to take mid, because those two, the Darius here right here, he just waits. He literally just waits until like the last second. I don't even think he actually hits his like pick character. I think he just lets it ride. And I'm sitting there thinking about it like, well, it looks like I might have to do mid. Because right here, 3, 2, 1, and it just automatically put him in the Darius. So now I'm just like, okay, well, it looks like I might have to just type to him. I guess I'm gonna take mid. There you go. And that's basically how this game is gonna go off right now. It's gonna be a lot of me trying to compensate for a build that is actually going to be used for top, like solo top, but actually just comes out to be me doing mid with basically the runes and mastery set that I have made for solo top. But all in all, it was still a pretty good game. It was inevitably gonna lose, as you'll see. It's just gonna be pretty hectic. And right here, actually, I was just sitting here messing with the paint tools and whatnot, just like, yeah, thumbs down, ugh, they all suck, I was just trying to kill time before everybody got summoned. It's like I gave everybody on the enemy team thumbs down, but I gave Xin Zhao thumbs up, and I was like, I do like Xin Zhao. I kind of play with him from time to time, but it's more of I do mostly support characters, like I do a little bit of Sona. I haven't played her in quite some time actually, so I don't know how much they changed of her. And I do a lot of Thresh. I've actually gotten really, really good with Thresh. Hopefully once I get to level 30 and start doing rank matches, it'll be even better, but so far I just gotta go with the punches. And yeah, right, this like section right here is just pretty much just me messing around. They even had this little gay sticker, and I was like, gay, gay, gay. Me, I'm for the win. Jace, Ezreal, Savannah. Basically, I knew they were gonna be. Yeah, Sejani and Pantheon, I was really thinking, what the fuck? And then Xin Zhao, I was like, pack. Yeah, that's how I really do feel. I do like Ezreal a little bit, but he's he reminds me a lot of freaking Ashe, in a sense. Where, you got your ability that goes all the way across the screen and whatnot. This is starting in the match, and as you can see, I'm sitting here trying to actually just get my items, go towards my lane, and I'm gonna start messing with the video configuration, because this right here, all you see is like 2 of my items, half of my freaking like portrait, and like you can't even see what the hell, like you can't even see half of the map. You just can't see it. So you know, I'm trying to bump it down as much as I can, and I actually do find a good resolution to start recording this in. But you know, it takes me a minute. I'm just going dun dun dun, and there you go. Like that actually right there is not too bad. I didn't make it to where you know the easy bit thing is just transparent, so it's not bad. And then here, this is basically my #1 issue with this game, is that it's not really. I wish it would have it to where you could queue with specific like language barriers. Like I just want to queue up with people that are all English, or you know, are all Spanish, because then you get games like this where basically Darius and Sanjay, or Sejuani, or however the hell you say her name, basically are speaking Spanish throughout this entire game, except for, well, Darius, he basically only says like a couple things. It's a little bit in Spanish, but anywho, like I kind of wish they would make it that way. And you know, right now I'm just farming up on some creeps. I don't see anybody who is in mid yet except for me, so I just assume like I'm just gonna push as far as I can, and then Pantheon comes up from the middle, and I'm like, you know what, let me just get a couple easy hits, and I see how much damage I do, so I'm like, oh well, looks like I can pokey poke. I can poke him pretty hard. So I go in to a more offensive standpoint, and this is basically how it is going to be for like the next couple minutes. I mean, hell, the only thing I could say is just like this Pantheon actually kind of sucked. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say he sucked. I'm gonna say that he did pull off a couple good moves, but it was really when he got and started, like when the game started going into more team fights, is when he started to flourish a little bit more, because he has that one stun and then the multiple hit one, and he throws his javelin and whatnot, and then his ultimate, he just jumps down from the sky like a freaking banshee. So you know, like that right there, his little multi-hit right there, it didn't really do much damage to me, but I did more to him than he did to me. So basically the minions actually were hurting me a lot more than this Pantheon, so I was just trying to poke him a little bit more, and I was actually fortunate right there that when I started getting low health and I knew he was going to ignite me, so I just popped my potion and hoped for the best. And I actually did put into my masteries that I needed a little bit more health, so I just sat by and waited for a little bit. And this right here actually is, I actually thought about this move when I was playing, and I thought it was a pretty good move to kind of go to get the amplifying tome first, because I was going to go and build into the Nasher tool, or the Nasher knife or whatever. So I thought that would be pretty good, since I was already doing a good amount of damage to Pantheon already. And right there I called bot MIA, or not bot. Yeah, I did call bot MIA. Why did I call bot MIA? I should have said mid MIA. Wow, okay, yeah. There is a mistake right there. I actually meant to say mid. But anyways, there was MIA anywho, and they still got out of there cleanly enough. This right here, actually, I thought was pretty funny in the sense that I did get that, or no, I think I almost got, I did get Pantheon. I was thinking I got Shawana, but no, I didn't get her. I was close to getting her though. I would have had a double kill right out the beginning, so that would have been nice. But right here, I actually take this time of opportunity and just start beating down on the turret in mid. Since it was going to take Pantheon a little bit just to get back anywho, so I just started wailing on it as much as I can. And then I start to back up again, and you know, we repeat the process. Shawanji actually did get killed, so I was a little surprised, but then I wasn't at the same time, because later on the Shawanji will do a lot of plays I felt that she really shouldn't have done. So, you know, I go back into this poking game with Pantheon, and Pantheon's trying to get damage on me. Because you can tell, like, the way that his movement is kind of sporadic, and I intentionally recall in front of him just to see if I can get him to come towards me, but he doesn't take the bait. So I was like, okay, screw it. The next thing I kind of go for is I actually want to get my Sorcerer's Shoes so I can get the magic penetration on there, because I was already doing a little bit more damage, and I didn't really need to have those potions after a while. I think when you're doing good, when you're doing really good, you don't really need the potions after a while. Like, it just seemed to happen a lot earlier in this game than all my other games. Like, I usually still have potions, especially like if I'm going to solo top lane. I usually go with the boots and 3 potions and a ward, or I think it's like a boost, potion, and a ward. I think that's, yeah. Right here, I tried to get Pantheon, but I just said screw it. I was just gonna poke him a lot, and you see how much that little combo did to him. Basically, I tried to chase him down again, and I'm like, okay, this is just me poking him the entire time, like, and that right there, he saw that I was basically gonna try to just turret dive him, but I was like, you know what, screw it. And he comes back. He actually came back for a little bit just to see what I was doing. Yeah, he's just standing there. I'm like, do I want to chase him? Nah, fuck it. So I just keep going on what I'm doing, and I know he already recalled back, so I'm just gonna say, no, I said it too soon. Basically, like, he goes, I just go and hide in the bush for a little bit, thinking that maybe this guy's a little retarded, and that he's gonna just come back with like that much low health, and is just gonna come back and I can just get him with the easy kill. But I see that top lane is having some issues already. They seem to be getting pushed back a lot by that Jace. So Jace, I kind of I like him, but then I kind of hate him for the sole fact that, you know, he kind of peeves me off a bit. You know, it's like I've only played with him like a couple of times, but he just gives me that sense where I fucking hate you. You know, it's like transforming from his gun to his hammer to his gun to his hammer, and then using his ultimate to the best of his ability. I probably just need a little bit more practice with him, but other than that, you know, it's whatever. Right here, Pantheon actually does get me a little low, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, yeah, this is where basically I recall him just to bait him through, because I know he wants to jump on me. I know he wants to. Like, he really wants me dead. And this right here, actually, I was contemplating on getting the stuff to get the Abyssal Scepter, but I was just like, nah, I'll go for the Nasher. So I got my Phoenix Codex. that right there actually helps me a lot more because it gives me that 10% cooldown on top of my 15 magic penetration and movement speed increase from the boots. You know, I get, I think, what was it, 30 ability point, or 30 ability power I get from that on top of the cooldown reduction. This right here, I saw Pantheon come from bot, but I thought, shouldn't worry about it. Maybe he was going to try to go gank down there, but seems like they probably had it already. And this right here, Pantheon tries to suck me in a little bit. Right there, I just keep hitting it with my little Moon Saber ability. I can't remember what the hell it's called. Crescent Strike. There it goes. Crescent Strike. So this right here, actually, I would have died if Pantheon was actually fast enough to get the stun on me. I would have died from that Zen Chao. Yeah, that MIA was a little too late. That's when I first started like noticing, you know, they're calling MIAs a little late there. Like Zen Chao was already on top of me when they told me to back away. So I was just like, you know what, I just have to focus on my ability to keep my lane nice and just keep poking Pantheon as much as I can. So like right here, I kind of stay in, even though I have like basically no mana. I just keep poking him as much as I want to, and yeah, I just keep going. Like I back up a couple of times and just try to get back in, and I just wait. I'm just sitting there checking how much mana it takes to get the Crescent Strike back, and I'm like, well, if I could somehow just get it back fast enough, I can try to Crescent Strike on him again, because he knows I have basically like no mana, so he knows this. So I'm like, I can try to get him with the Crescent Strike and then put the Ignite on him, but I just said screw it. I said screw it, and I'll just retry again. And you know, he actually almost got me there with, again, the stun, but he would have got hit by the turret. He would have definitely died, so. Right here, yeah, I was thinking about getting the Abyssal Scepter. This is me just contemplating, looking at it, trying to see how much it is just to get the Nashor. And I see him starting to recall, so I'm like, okay, well, this is my time to actually try to get a little bit farther. And I see that the little ability staff is up, so I'm like, okay, well, let me just grab that. Yeah, that right there. Increase my ability power by 30. I was like, yeah, I'll go for that. And this right here is actually where I kind of thought top was going to be alright, just from this performance, but I see now that Jace is actually level 10, so that's not good. And then Pantheon just jumps into the fray. They actually get Shyvana, but Pantheon got Darius, and then Jace got Shawanja right there. And I was like, you know what, this will probably be the only opportunity I will have to actually get this turret, because they were all kind of congregated up top and they were trying to get the top turret. So I was like, there you go, middle turret broken. I thought, well, I should try to help in some way. I thought getting the turret out of mid would kind of be like an incentive for people to like do a little bit better, you know, like maybe we need to start working on that mid now. Like, and I tried to do it here again, and then this is what happens. Like Shyvana just kind of comes out from the middle, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I can start beating on her. So, you know, I threw my Crescent Strike out there just to see how much damage it would do, and I was like, you know what, that does a good amount of damage. And then Pantheon already takes a really, really huge ton of damage from me already. So I was like, well, let me just keep working on these guys with the Crescent Strike and see how that goes. And It's not bad. I'm surprisingly, I usually miss with skill shots like that, but I'm not doing that as often. This right here is actually my bad because I did alert that, you know, Pantheon was coming up from the bottom. I did say something, but you know, they were still fighting. They didn't care about my pinging. So yeah, see, the Sujani just says like, oh my god, nice MIA. I'm like, yeah, I did say something, you just didn't move around fast enough. Like, you do have a cooldown that makes you blast forward. Like, I know this. And this right here, I thought maybe if I could just advance my creeps a little bit more and then just try to keep control of my own lane, like maybe I can try to compensate it. But then I see this Jace working on top lane's turret, their second turret. So I was like, let me see if I can jump on him. And this actually was probably my best chase until that point. Like when he made me use my ability right there, like I shouldn't have double jumped it. And I was just like, you know what, Sawanji, whatever. Like I almost had him, but it kind of fell through. And then I'm sitting there looking at middle lane right now, and I see that Shyvana is just sitting there freaking beating down on my turret. So I'm like, okay, let me try to get up out here real quick and get this chick. So, and then I noticed that those guys lost the turret too. Like I had just noticed this. Like I have like really bad tunnel vision when it comes to stuff like that. And this right here was her fatal mistake. Like her fighting me when I had already beaten the crap out of her. Like when I had just beat the stuffing out of her so much, and then like right when I pulled her in, she toppled like a ton of Legos. She really did. Shyvana actually wasn't doing bad until she just died there from that Jace. I was like, really? How did you die from Jace? Like I couldn't wrap it around my head. So, you know, I'm still. And then this right here is my first fatal mistake. I tried to run away. Ezreal actually blocked me. He actually didn't attack me, but he physically just moved his body in front of me, so I couldn't get away from Xin Shao. And, you know, if I actually had saved my flash for when Ezreal came up, I would have actually got shot down by Ezreal instead of Xin Shao. So I was screwed either way. But I was trying to figure out a way to keep myself alive to a certain point. And right here, I'm just waiting for myself to res up. And I'm just looking at my items, seeing what I should get next. And the Nashor is top priority on my list. So right here, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with everybody. And it seems like they're all just conjugating down at bottom right now. So I'm like, you know what, I'll change my trajectory a little bit, see if I can help out bottom here. And I was kind of surprised actually that this Caitlyn wasn't sniping a little bit more. Like she wasn't shooting as many skill shots as she was before. And this right here, I believe I heard somebody. It's either I heard somebody or somebody mentioned like when you go and gank a lane, you're gonna have to take some minion attacks. Right here, I try to look for red, but somebody killed it, and I was like, oh my god, really? And this right here was another fatal mistake. I just jumped right into him when all 5 of them was there. But I honestly didn't think of it as a mistake. I thought of it more as, you know, as helping the team realize that there's fucking 5 of them. And this right here, like, they actually did get Zen Shao, so I was like, yay, good job, guys. And then, like, I could have swore they were going to get Shyvana. I believe they do. Yeah, they did get her. But then Darius basically is going to get owned in his back. Yep, Darius got owned in his back by Jace. So this is me just trying to see if I can clean sweep anybody. Try to get a little bit more goals so I can get my Nasher. This right here is just me basically gonna get owned a little bit. Like, that Jace has been fed. I didn't really necessarily think about it that way until I started just jumping on him. Yeah, see, and then the Sona actually used her ultimate too early, I felt, and I died. I died for basically no reason. Like, you should have waited for me to actually be able to pull them in, so then you can get them all in a line. But basically, after I died, I had enough money afterwards to actually get Nasher, which I did purchase, and that right there was surprising to me. I was thinking to myself, like, how the hell did that Caitlyn live from a Zen Shao fight? Because Zen Shao was like about 50%. Was that? No, I would say about more like 75% health. And then that Caitlyn just happened to be at like 15. So how the hell do you get out of a fight like that? Must have blew every single cooldown image you ever had and just blasted his face. There's like no way, I was thinking. But anywho, she gets killed by Shyvana. My team basically goes and farms their jungle, which I was thinking, like, okay, that's cool that you did that, but honestly, like, and this right here was just another thing that, you know, it could have been prevented. And I'm just sitting here trying to get a little bit more damage on them, and right now I'm just like, you know what, I'll try to save these guys. So I actually did save. I didn't save Sona because Jace just shot her in the back, but I did get to save Solange. So right now I'm just sitting here thinking, like, okay, what items am I getting next? I actually did get Home Guard. Since they were pushing on us a lot, I thought having Home Guard would be a lot more advantage, would give us a little bit more advantage near the end of it, because I knew, like, all we needed to do was actually get like a couple of team kills. Like if we had gotten like 1 or 2 aces, that would have been us winning. But instead, like, there was a lot of me trying to overcome the shortcomings of a team that just was not built right from the get-go, because Darius didn't want to change his goddamn character, and Solange is just like, why would you do certain stuff that you did? And then the pre-made bot just couldn't even hold her lane. Like, it's funny, I wasn't even built for mid, but I had to take mid because I was basically the only one, because I knew that Caitlyn wasn't going to move from her freaking spot because she's a freaking retard. But anywho, that's not the point. The point is, I tried my best. This right here is just me. This is just a compilation of me just trying to overcome obstacles throughout this entire game. Like, I see that Ezreal is up top. He's killing turrets. So I'm like, okay, let me just start whittling down some of the minions and try to chase after him a little bit. And he actually evaded me a good amount. Like, I can't believe he actually shook me. He shook me so hard. Like, he juked the crap out of me. Like, I cannot believe he did that shit. And I was just like, wow. And then this right here, like, basically my whole team kind of dies. And I'm just like, you guys are bad. Like, why are you doing that? And this right here, I'm just trying to get blue, so I'm trying to get some buffs. because I feel like the enemy team has been stealing our buffs this entire time, because like red's been down since like the beginning of the game. And this right here was another fatal mistake. I get shot by Jace, slowed down by Xin Zhao, and then boom bam boom, dead. So yeah, this right here, and then again I just sit here looking at my items like, what should I get? I guess I'll just wait until I get some more, get that Abyssal Scepter to do something with it, you know. And yeah, this right here is where I just started looking at the scoreboard. It was just like, I've been dying way too much. You know, it's like I've been trying to do a lot more team fights, but you know, these guys are just peeving me off. And this right here was just a glowing example of like what I was talking about. Like, why would you not go after the ranged characters? Like, why are you sitting there, like, not even going in, engaging, and at least damaging ranged characters? Like, are you afraid? Are you that afraid? Like, there's 4 of you, and there's 4 of them. Like, I didn't see Shyvana yet. Basically, what happened here was I started chasing, then my team started going in a little bit more, because they felt comfortable, like, oh, well, this Diana's actually doing pretty damn good. Or at least that's what I thought. I don't know really what they thought. But it just looked like, yeah, they were kind of following my lead, and I kind of pushed in a little bit more. But then I was like, you know what, screw it. And then I rethought about it, and was like, hold up, they're sitting here in middle. Pantheon freaking jumps over the wall. Darius gets killed by Pantheon and Xin Zhao, while Xin Zhao basically just focuses me. And got Jace, but then I get killed by Shyvana. We got Xin Zhao. Yeah, there's just been a lot of shit like this. Like, I actually had more assists than anything. Like, I've only had, like, I'm telling you, I only had 2 kills this entire game. This entire freaking game, I've only gotten 2 kills. I think I did get one more near the end. I don't remember. It'll probably come up at some point, but basically, like, I had 2 kills, but I had a good amount of assists. But there wasn't really many kills after 17, I believe. I think there was like maybe 2, maybe 3. I think we ended on a note with 20 kills our side, but their side had about like almost over. I want to say 30. I want to say they had at least 30. You see right there, like, I was going to say some stuff like, well, how are you going to steal that kill from me? But then I was like, you know what, screw it. Just screw it. I was just keep moving. Just keep moving. And like, at this point in time, I was just I was starting to get frustrated. Like, these guys are just really starting to tick me off. Because they would do certain things that I would just look at them like, what the hell are you doing? But me, I see that I have enough money actually now to go get the Abyssal Scepter, so I go back to the shop, and yeah, I got that. And I was sitting here thinking like, oh, maybe I could somehow. This actually was probably my best. I actually did help kill that Jace, and Sona actually healed me from dying, where then we got the double kill off of Jace and Ezreal, which I thought that was a really great team fight. Like, why can't we have more of those? It just never happened again. Like, that was probably like the most shining moment I had, was when that Jace and that Ezreal just kind of like tried to come in together. And this right here, I was thinking about what item I should get next, so I got the Amplifying Tome, going to build it into Seeker's Arm Guard, so that I can get a little bit more armor and more ability power, because these champions that they were playing with their builds were kind of a little bit more armor based. Like there was a lot of armor penetration, a lot more attack damage going on. Other than that, like I didn't really have much armor except for the armor runes that I had, you know. And that right there, I died because my team just ran away. Like literally, my team ran away. Like they saw 2 more people come in, which basically was Pantheon, Shyvana, and I want to say Xin Shao was the other one. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think. No, it was Jace. No, it was Jace. Yeah, so it's like Jace, Shyvana, and Pantheon, and basically I died because my team just ran away. They were like, "Oh no, Jace!" Like there was such a scared thing going on there. And this right here, I was watching this Shyvana, and I was like, "You're going to die. You know that, right? You're literally going to die." So I was like, "Okay, let me run over here." She dies. Like I called it because I was sitting there staring at her like, "What the hell are you doing?" So I was like, well, she just basically fed him a little bit more nums. And I was sitting there looking at it, and I was like, well, Pantheon's low now, so I'm just gonna keep poking. Like I'm not caring about Pantheon. Like Pantheon can suck my dick. Caitlyn and Sona tried to go after Pantheon a little bit, and I'm just like, well, screw all that jazz. I'm just trying to get more minions off of our lane so that we can push our minions forward, that at least try to get something going on. And then this right here was this was the biggest misplay right here for me, because I saw that Ezreal ran away, but he came back. It just messed me up, because right when I was going around that corner, I was like, should I even go that way? And then that 1 second right there was just when everything just went wrong. So yeah, this right here, I'm thinking about what armor stuff I should get, and I was gonna build up to the Zhonya's Hourglass, and basically this right here is probably when everything just goes awry. Like this seriously is when like shit basically hit the fan, because right when I saw this, I was like, yep, they're gonna ace us. They're gonna ace us pretty damn good, and then there's nothing we can do about it. Like I try my hardest. Like I literally tried so hard right here. I tried really hard. I even had my home guards on, so I was like, okay, let me try to get the kill. Caitlyn stole my kill once again. Like there's just been a lot of sploosh stealing right now. And I was sitting here like, well, Darius is already getting red buff, so I guess I can't get red buff now. Blah blah blah. So I'm going over here and I'm like, let me try to keep a lookout. And right from the corner of my eye, I see Ezreal running up there. So I'm like, hold up, maybe he'll come back down here. So I was like, all right, try to go in for the assist with Dragon, but it doesn't happen. So I'm just running around. I'm trying to think of a way to salvage this game, but honestly, like at this point, there was nothing I could really do. I mean, there was no way I could Superman this, so I just kind of left it to be what it was. And these guys actually were talking about getting Baron, and I was like, there's no way in hell they're gonna let us get Baron. Like seriously, there's no way. And then right when she died, I was like, alright, let me flash out of there. And then I realized we have no turret. so I ran away way too slow. And right now I got about like 45 seconds until I get back into the game, and this is basically where their whole team just kind of starts shitting on everybody. And you know, Caitlyn and Sona are the only ones up. And then Sona's gonna basically die. Yeah, she dies right there from Pantheon. And then Caitlyn tries to get in there. She got Xin Shao. Blah. But that was basically it. Like, that was her gleaming moment, and the gleam just went away. Like, you could see the excitement in her eyes. Like, she really wants to get a second kill. But right when that happens, you know, Pantheon tries to go in there, and she's like, oh no, I'm trying really hard. No, game over. That was basically a GG right there. Like, basically this whole game was just, wow, why did you do that? Like, there's so much of me trying to build upon, like, something to save this game, but I couldn't do anything, and I don't know what this is actually. Like, the hell is that? Anywho, it was a good game. Sold them GG, and that was it.